This episode is powered by NHL Sense Arena. Hello, hockey skaters and goalies around the world. Welcome back to another edition of the Ride to the Rink. Whether you're on the way to the rink right now, sitting at home, wherever you're at listening to this, we got a great friend here today. Kevin Clark is joining us. And Kevin played pro hockey. He's done it at the highest levels. Now today he's working with a lot of high-level hockey players to get them to the next level. And what we want to talk about today, kids, is some advice from Kevin about how you're looking and watching and perceiving the game on the ice, off the ice, through your youth hockey journey. Joining me, as always, is Christie Casciano-Burns and Mike Bonelli. Christie, I'm going to throw it to you for the first question. What do you got for Kevin?
Kevin, we're so excited to have you on this episode of Ride to the Rink. And we know that you help hockey players develop, right? And kids, you all want to get better. What advice would you give to a kid listening right now who wants to improve their game of hockey? How should they think differently the next time they step on the ice? What's a good frame of mind for them?
A great frame of mind would be to have a short-term memory, because there's so many decisions inside of your goldfish memory. Yeah, inside of the next shift, inside of the same shift you're on, you're not thinking about where you need to be skating to the next player, because it's second nature to you. Now you've played so much hockey, but I think forgetting the moments, good or bad, because there's so many decisions inside of this next shift, the one that you're even on, that need to be made.
I'm wondering, as a development coach and somebody that has to primarily, maybe work with players in the off season, what we consider the off season, how important it is for a player to map out their in-season development. If they're on a team and they don't, again, everybody has a hard schedule, but the fact is, you can't just do what everyone else is doing during the season to progress past that group, right? So can you give some advice on, I don't know if it's percentage wise or how to schedule it, or what would your advice be to a youth player today that's in season, that wants to be ready to go and then jump to the next level by making sure they're maintaining more of a 12-month schedule as opposed to thinking they could get better in the 2 months of the summer?
Great question. I think for anybody, you need to find the moments inside your schedule that you're able to manage, where you're okay with doing something you love to do. It's a choice, right? We talked about that on the last episode, but I think having some kind of guidance from a coach, from a teacher, from an outside voice, something that's going to be different than what you're getting on your team coach, is going to be extremely valuable and important to your development path. I think as long as it's different from different voice, I think it's only going to aid. It's going to help you. It's a different direction. It's a different focus. And I think if you add up those differences, the collection of them, you will eventually continue to slowly pass by those players that are still on that same level as you, because you've started to add in more of a variety into what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, Kevin, listen, the kids listening to this show probably want to get better at hockey, or they're driven by hockey. You're not listening to a hockey podcast, kids, if you're not super into the game. So I'm going to frame this question as you're someone who sees a lot of high-level players, okay? It doesn't have to be one thing, but can you give us a habit or one thing you wish kids would work on more in youth hockey that maybe you're developing a lot at the older ages, that you can think of like, man, if we had just started teaching you this at 10, it might be a better habit. So again, it can be one, it can be multiple. What are some habits you want these listeners to be working on the ice, or off the ice for that matter?
Having an understanding of where the opponent is. So great times to look around, and everyone calls it pre-scanning or vibe words or shoulder checking, but truly like not being a bobblehead, not just like turning and the collection of your look was, you didn't gather any information. You didn't collect anything. So I think that's probably far and away the most important, I think, because that's going to set your next path with the puck if you don't have time with the puck, if someone's right on top, you have to pass it right away, or you have to turn your body and protect it. It's so influential. I'm going to take soccer just because FIFA's on and the World Cup was on, and I was started to watch more when I played, and became friends with a high level mid center, and the amount of collections and pictures that he took, he was always ahead. And it's like there's a Messi clip of like he scans like 2 times more than anybody else, and his decision outcome is higher. Well, it's because you have an understanding more of what's going on.
Sure.
So I honestly, I would just give one person that. I mean, defensive side or offensive side. Like, you look at goalies and you understand why they're like color analysts or they're GMs at teams. Like, they're literally watching the game, like,
Sure.
for the whole 60-minute. We get off from a bench and we're like head down, need some water, need the oxygen tank. And like, we have no disregard what's going on. We don't even know what team, what their forecheck they're switching to, or, who's the defensive heavy hitter. Whereas I would just say collect more information.
I think that's great advice. And I'll
That's
say
right
it to
about
the teams.
goalies, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Their situational awareness is off the charts because they're watching the whole game.
Yeah.
Well, and they have to see the game from a
And
different
they
point
have
of
to
view.
see the game, yeah.
Right. And kids, I think that's tremendous advice from Kevin. Is, a lot of times when we're coaching, we see, or we might say to you, hey, you got the blinders on. You can only see the one path for yourself. The truth is, it's not even just your 4 teammates skating, it's the other team too. Yeah. Right. It's a great point, Kevin. Just, you've got to be able to take in that information, kids, and process it. And the earlier you start to do that, the better you'll get at it. I love the Messi twice as much too there. So, hey, listen, that's great advice, Kevin. Thanks so much for joining us today and talking with the kids for a little bit about that.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
All right, kids. Now, listen, remember, as we say every episode, no matter where you're at on your hockey journey, we believe in you. You should too. Have fun, skate hard, go learn something. We'll see you on the next Ride to the Rink. Take care, kids.